Greetings, Japan fans. In today's show, we're going to be looking at problems. Baishu, arigatou gozaimasu. And welcome back to the 11th year of the Leadership Japan series. I'm your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Tokyo franchise owner, president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and the three-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, which is Zaegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery, or in Japanese, Anata mo Prezen no Tachiden. My other books include Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Muri ni suru no wa yamimashou. And my just-released new book is Japan Leadership Mastery, and all are available on Amazon. This podcast brings insights, examples, and experience about leading in Japan. Trust me, it is different here. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We're not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn. Unlike many other hosting organizations, Libsyn have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on Apple Podcasts. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show podcast. Tuesday, the Presentation Japan series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Touches in no Share Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcaster Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show podcast. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Before we get going, today's handy Japanese phrase is nantoka. Nantoka. What does this mean? Someone asks you, well, how's it going? I'm surviving. Not going great, not going bad, just surviving. So you can say in Japanese, nantoka. どうですか? 最近は? How are you doing recently? なんとか. How are you feeling? なんとか. Yeah, surviving. なんとか. 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 Now this is episode number 561. Today we are talking about creative problem solving. Japan has a lot of wisdom to share. And one of my favorites is to not start with the solution to a problem. In Japan, the idea is to start with making sure you have the right problem to solve. This is not that easy, because often we are super busy and moving at warp speed all the time, so just jumping in to fix a problem sounds like the best approach. There is a follow-on metaphor of the scaling of the wall. We work hard and progress rung by rung up the ladder, getting us to the top, the solution, only to find our ladder is up against the wrong wall. We don't want that, do we? Problem definition is sometimes obscured by having a number of factors confront and not have insight into which are the priority items. This might be for a lack of data or from conflicting opinions. The issue remains a large one, though, which we must deal with at the very start of the process. Here are some steps to consider in problem definition. Step 1. Silence is our superpower. Once we get into an open discussion about identifying the problem, we can find we waste a lot of time and basically get no progress. We argue the toss on what to solve and can get stuck. Instead, have around 6 people in a team and have them all sit in silence and think. Now, thinking is seriously hard work. It is particularly difficult for us today because we're being corralled by algorithms spewing out 1-minute videos, fostering shorter and shorter concentration spans. Ask the team to sit there for 15 minutes in round 1 and do nothing but think and write their issues on post-it notes. This will be torture for some and very challenging for most. Nevertheless, as the organizer, we have to have guts to ignore the fervent and persistent, impatient glancing at watches, head shaking, eye rolling, yawning, etc. will go on as the team is possessed by a wave of boredom. Step 2, prioritize issues. After the first 15 minutes, everyone stays in silence, and now we spend 3 minutes to arrange what we've come up with into a broad priority listing of where to start. Step 3, share together round 1. Now, we start putting our ideas up on a chart or a wall. We attach the post-its in priority order to the wall and explain our thinking to our colleagues. There is no judgment allowed at this point because we are still on the journey and we don't need to make any decisions yet. Find out more. We come back from the break. Today's show is brought to you by our public courses, but we also do custom in-house programs. We do them in Japanese and we do them in English, do them in our super safe classroom. We do them live online. Our show today is being brought to you by, on the 5th of June, our Dale Carnegie course, 12-week version. On the 6th of June, we're doing our Leadership Training for Managers program, the 3-day version. Our website is www.dale-carnegie.co.jp. So that's www.dale-carnegie.co.jp. You can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. So that's greg.story, STORY, at dalecarnegie.com. If you like learning by watching videos, then we have over 2,300 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show in Japan, every Monday, Tokyo time. Fridays, we have the Japan Business Mastery Show, and on Saturdays, we release Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders from SMEs right up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Now, every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television. Don't forget to grab my business best-selling books on Japan on Amazon. Japan Sales Mastery, which is Saegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery, or in Japanese, Anata mo Presen no Tachijin. My other books include Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Muda ni suru wa yamemashou, and my just released new book is Japan Leadership Mastery, and all are available on Amazon. Welcome back. Step 4, whole team sharing. Once we get our team's ideas out, we share it with the other teams, and they do the same for us. We try to cross-pollinate the thinking going on. There's no evaluation of what has been produced at this point. Step 5, think and prioritize. After that stimulation, again, in silence, we keep thinking for another 10 minutes. This is very hard because all the easy ideas have been tapped. Now, we have to really dig deep to find the gold. We'll adjust our previous priorities based on our new ideas. Step 6, share together round 2. We bring our post-it notes and add to what we came up with in the first thinking bracket. Again, we share the content with our teammates. Step 7, whole team sharing round 2. Again, each team presents what they've come up with so that all the teams can share in the ideas. Step 8, each team makes selections. By this stage, we will have had a lot of information shared, and we have a pretty good idea of where everyone has placed their priorities. Now we have to make some decisions about which will be the issues which we will take forward to solve. Each team will coalesce the possibilities into a short list. Step 9, whole team makes the final selections. Each team presents their selections, and then decisions are taken on which issues are going to be picked up to work on. There's usually a strong raft of similar issues which will have been highlighted. These commonalities make it easy to drive decisions about the final problems to work on. Remember, we are not after perfection here. So if we get good selections, then we're on the right track. We've created a hierarchy of issues to work with, and we can get to them all over time. We start with what we consider the most burning issues. The next stage is to use creative thinking to work on how to solve the issues once clarified. And we covered that in a recent episode already. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, then tell your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. You can contact me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Our website is www.dale-carnegie.co.jp. Until the next episode, take what you thought valuable, put it into action, because idea application is what makes winners winners. So, be one of them. Remember, I'm in your corner, your go-to guy for soft skills training in Tokyo, committed to your success here in Nippon.